So you want to start an Instagram account, but you don't know what to post. Let me just give you some ideas then. What do I post to Instagram? So this is a question I get asked quite a lot, is what do you actually post to Instagram? So I have a couple of different options I want to talk about today. The first one being is you can do featured photos. So when you do featured photos is you can either do this a couple of different ways. You can search for hashtags, similar hashtags to yours, and just go and find some photos that go well with your account and your brand image and what you want to be represented by. You can do this and you can screenshot them and be sure that you are tagging the person that actually posted it. You can also use there's some Instagram tools out there where you can automatically do this. I'm pretty sure Later.com does this. I wasn't on Later very long whenever I was using it, and I never actually used this method, but I know a lot of people do use that, and it's where you can actually automatically regram their photo. But what I actually suggest doing is a little different than what I see most marketers do whenever they do featured photos. Is what I like to do is I actually like to message the account and ask them for permission to give them a shout out or feature their photo on the account that I'm handling. And I like to do this with not only just images that represent my brand, but I like to somehow integrate that business. And this is really kind of a B2B thing I like to do, business to business. So that means your business is targeting other businesses, is to find your target audience and find a way to feature their photos on your account. That way you are constantly building relationships while also producing content for your account. So that's what I do there. Number 2 is to produce your own photos. Surprise, surprise. It's really good to have your own content in some way, shape, or form. That way it's your brand, it's your content. You can either go the raw version, so very raw photos of what either your product or your service. Maybe if you're a service provider or someone that works from home, you can take a picture of you working or take a picture of your computer and your workspace. You can do stuff like that. Or if you sell a product, you can take pictures of your product being made, or the behind the scenes of all that. You can do that as well. So a tip, you don't have to be a professional photographer to really create good content. You can also go the professional photography route and have professional photos taken of your products and of your services or your restaurant or whatever it may be. You can do that as well, but you can also just use your smartphone. Make sure there's good lighting, make sure there's no dirt or grime on the table that you're possibly taking your picture on. And if it doesn't turn out too well, then you can edit it and make it look better with Instagram's photo features right when you upload it. So there's lots of different options there. So number 3 would be to use stock photos. So I used Pixabay.com. I will link to it below, and it's free stock photos, and you can just search for your term, and there's hundreds and thousands of pictures that you can use. The only thing that I suggest, and there's other websites that you can do this as well, and there's actually websites that you can buy memberships for if you are going to be constantly using stock photos. But if you want a free version, Pixabay does have that. But what I do warn you against is you don't want to only use stock photos on your profile, on your Instagram profile, because then, trust me, people can tell. But if you do want to use some of your own photos, use some stock photos, use some feature photos, you can do that as long as it all looks like the same Instagram profile and it's all sticks to your brand image. I hope you enjoyed this video. Go check out my website. I just updated it. I'm really bad about keeping it updated, but I just kind of revamped it and it looks a little better than it has been lately. But go there and check out my stuff and say hi, send me an email.